This is Mike McKinstry from Bassquatch Hunter TV, and today I'm going to go over a brand new kayak for you. This is a Three Waters Big Fish 103. Now this kayak is 110 pounds, it's only 10'6", and it's got a 35-inch width. So it's a super wide, stable kayak that's made for bigger people, smaller people, and everybody in between. And we're going to take it on the water and test the stability, see how it maneuvers, and check out some of the really cool features. Okay, so the first thing you notice in this kayak, in the front, you have a really sturdy molded handle, which is pretty common in all the Three Waters kayaks. Mobility is huge in these kayaks, being as big as they are and as wide as they are. Easy to lift and easy to carry is really important. Moving back a little bit, you have these embedded rod tip protectors. So you can put your fishing rods inside your kayak and the tips of them won't snag on anything, you won't break them off as easy. And then you have a really nice front hatch that has a lot of room in it. And if you open it up, you'll see it has not only storage, but it also has a transducer arm inside of the kayak. So you can mount your transducer, you can raise it and lower it based on which transducer you have. Very convenient, right in front of you. And then of course, one of the most important things in this kayak is the ProFish pedal drive. Now this pedal drive is incredibly easy to use, it's quiet, it's easy to mount up, and it's a really good way to get around the water, especially on a day like today when it's windy out, or when you're out fishing and you want more time with a rod in your hands instead of a paddle. So the pedal drive is incredibly important. On both sides of the pedal drive, you'll see that it has the Unitrack rail system on both sides, so you can put accessories track mounted on either side. It's good for rod holders, camera mounts, anything else you need. Then over to the floor, you'll notice there's no open scupper holes. Scupper holes are the holes in the inside of a kayak floor to help water drain. This kayak has them all underneath the floor. So all of the water easily dissipates underneath the floor and then goes out one solid scupper hole underneath the kayak. So there's no splashing up, nothing to tangle up lures or weeds or anything. It's very convenient, and it also gives you a little bit more stability on the platform. It's an incredibly stable platform to stand on and walk around on. So Three Waters kayaks gave you a really cool option for that too, with that plastic flooring right here. Then you'll notice on the left side, you have this 8-ball steering system right here that controls the rudder left and right. That's how you steer, and it also looks really cool in the water. Then you also have the handles on the side that are really easy to lift it up sideways. You have a seat that moves forward and backwards, and it goes in an up and down position. So you have a high position, a low position, and then forward and back. And then moving to the back of the kayak, you have 2 recessed rod holders with integrated rod leashes, so you don't lose your rods. You have a huge tank well in the back that holds a lot of gear. And then of course you have the Unitracks on both sides. All that together with this amazing tri-hull design, where it's a true tri-hull in the front right here, so it cuts through the water really well, gives you added stability. So now we're gonna get this thing on the water and see how stable it really is and how it maneuvers. All right, so as I always say, if you can't bow mount a kayak, then it's not stable enough. So you should be able to walk right across the front of almost any kayak that's stable. And this one definitely works for that too. All right, so we know the thing moves. We know the kayak's got some agility to it. It turns really sharp, it's fast. But let's see how stable this thing really is. Now, I'm gonna walk around on it, I'm gonna stand on it, I'm gonna rock it back and forth. And the main point of this is to see where the leaning points are, so you know how you can lean over the side like this. And also to see how stable it is once I start moving side to side when I'm standing. That way my center of gravity is a lot higher. So, first thing, normal standing. This thing's really stable. I mean, I feel like I got a wide stance. I can move pretty easily. I don't want to rock it too hard with my fishing rods in the back over here. I don't want to lose any gear, but it's definitely got some really good stability. And it has what I like to call secondary stability, where when you stand on the side, you can feel it kind of like suction to the water a little bit right here. So if you stand both feet right here, the kayak's not really leaning that much. And granted, I know I'm a smaller guy, but with this kind of stability, even a bigger guy probably won't have any problem at all walking around standing on this thing without any issue. All right, so now we know that it's got stability side to side like this. Let's see how the stability is front to back. So if I walk up here to the front, now this is limited to your balance, your personal balance. And it's a windy day out here too, so the wind is not helping me at all. But you can definitely stand in the front of this. It's got some good stability. The water's not coming over the front. Definitely think it's a stable boat. All right. It's more stable than I thought it was gonna be actually. So even on top of the seat, you have pretty good stability right here. And I think that's it right there. On a windy day like this, I think this kayak definitely passes the stable test. It's fast, it's nimble, it turns quick, and I think this is a great boat. So if you're looking for a good, stable, comfortable boat, check this thing out. Now, A final thought for you guys, my final thought of pros and cons, and this is my first time in this kayak, so I haven't had a lot of time to really test it out fully yet and fish out of it yet, but we're gonna catch some fish out of it today. But final thought here, pros and cons. Pros, super stable, really comfortable, it's agile, it's short, so it's easy to transport, it's very comfortable, it's got all the features you need. It's definitely a boat that can keep up at a professional level and also a great beginner boat. Now the only cons that I could find, that I could think of so far, at least since it is kind of a new boat to me, on land, it is bulky, it is heavy, so make sure you have a cart or something to move around to be able to haul it easier. The size of the kayak is definitely something you need to consider. So make sure you factor in the size and the weight when you look at this kayak, but you definitely have stability and comfort and ease of use in this kayak. So check it out, ask your local dealer to try one out this year, and thank you for watching the review of the Big Fish 103.